In my life, I try and avoid things that are stupid and evil and make me look bad in comparison with somebody else. And Bitcoin does all three.
Fucking zero. You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. Zero. When it comes out, zero. It is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me. Bitcoin will go to fucking zero.
Hello and welcome to the farthest corners of the channel. I am your host, and our topic for today is actually, what is Bitcoin? Half of the internet loves it. The other half of it thinks it's a scam, and there's a few millionaires sprinkled in here and there who just are going either way with it. So I kind of want to get to explaining this whole phenomenon a little bit, because people think of it as this: oh, you got to invest, you'll make a bunch of money. Not necessarily true. A lot of people think that it's going to be going to zero. Bitcoin's going to zero, as you just heard.
Fucking zero.
But that being said, there is a lot of cool things about this digital asset that you may not know about, and I'm going to explain it a little bit. But first, before I get into all that, I got to speed this all up. Let's talk a little bit about currency. Let's talk about the dollar bill. This right here, we Americans know it as the United States dollar bill. You know, good old America right there. The rest of the world knows it as the world global currency. Everybody uses it because we're the best, of course. Everybody's using this currency. However, it's soft, it's weak, it's easy to duplicate. It's pathetic. Super soft. It's gross. Now we have, but to be fair with it, it didn't always have to be that way. Way back in the day, this used to be backed by gold. And as you know, gold is a hard resource. It's a finite material that you either mine it or you buy it from somebody else. There's only two ways to get gold. It's either mining it or buying it from somebody else. Now hold on to that. That's going to be important for later. And before, this dollar used to represent how much gold in the Federal Reserve, in a bank, whatever it might be. It used to represent that. It doesn't represent that anymore. Someone decided, hey, you know what? Let's make it a little bit easier here on us, so that way we don't have to keep finding more gold. It's hard to find gold. It's rough to mine more gold or buy more gold. Let's go ahead and put away with the gold. We don't need it. We don't need the backer dollar anymore. Instead, now what we have is soft money. It's a centralized currency that is controlled by the United States government that can copy and paste this dollar bill as many times as they want, inflating the cost. Now, if you don't think that is a issue or a problem, I'm going to explain it to all my nerds who will understand this. All right, what are these? Yes, they're Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yes, nerdiness. Yes. Let's say there's only one of these in existence. How much are you willing to pay for this? There's only one of them ever in existence, and I have it and you don't. What are you willing to pay for it? Probably a lot more than what I'm willing to pay for it, because I already have it. The value of this card is now increased because there's only one of it. Let's say I take this same card and copy and paste. Now I got two of them. The value of that one card now is going to go down in value because there's two of them now. And let's say I go ahead and I sell this to you for $1. And I copy and paste it. Now it's 50 cents. Okay, well, sell it again. Bam. But I'll just print another one and keep selling the print offs and keep printing more and more and more of them. And the more that I have, the more that is being printed, the less valuable these are. And then all of a sudden you have cards that are worth a penny. You have cards that are worth less than a penny. It's not even worth the cardboard they're printed on. That is the same problem we're getting with the dollar. That's where Bitcoin comes in. That's where this digital currency comes in. Kind of solve the problem. Like in 2008, there was a guy or gal or group of people we don't actually really know because it's a hidden person. Satoshi Nakamoto. I probably butchered that. I apologize. But Satoshi Nakamoto, whether it's one person, two people, or three people, or a woman, doesn't really matter. They went ahead and created something called the blockchain. The blockchain turned into this big device that we now use, and just to make it really simple, it's basically like, your teacher tells you, I need proof of work. How did you get 2 plus 2? I need to know how you got 2 plus 2. Essentially, the blockchain is a proof of work system that is a public record for everybody to view. And to get the proof of work, it's like your teacher asking you to prove how you got 2 plus 2 about 500,000 different ways. That essentially is the blockchain. So he created the blockchain. He, she, I don't know. They created the blockchain and went ahead and created something called the fastest, safest money to ever exist because of it. Now you're probably wondering, okay, blockchain, what is that? I don't understand what that is. It is a public record for everybody to view. That's basically all you really need to know about it. This video is going to be really simple. Maybe one day I'll get into the thick of it, the weeds of it. This is just to kind of jostle your brain real quick. Go, okay, this is what Bitcoin is. It's a digital asset. It's hard, fast money. Why is the money fast? Bitcoin is so fast because, one, it's not controlled by one unit. It's not centralized by anyone like the dollar is. The dollar is centralized. Bitcoin is not. Bitcoin anybody can have access to it, and it is a store of value unlike the dollar. You put money, you put this in the bank, put $1 in the bank, and you pull it out. Is that dollar going to be worth the exact same? Well, if you said yes, well, inflation is going to be knocking at your door pretty soon if you're storing all your money in the bank. Now, if you want to store value, Bitcoin comes into thought because it is a store of value that not just stores the value, but increases in value. Bitcoin right now is sitting around 60 or so K, 60 to 70K, right around in that range right now, and it's very volatile. And people go, well, how is it going to be a good store of value if it's going up and down like that? Well, that's actually that's a very good point. It's right now as a currency, it's not too great. As an asset, it is pretty good. However, it's trying to find an equilibrium. The longer Bitcoin goes on, the closer it's going to come to this equilibrium, this area, this consistency. And eventually we'll get there, but it does take some time. Right now, we're seeing more violence. But as the years go on, there's going to be less pumps, there's going to be less dumps. They're going to become less severe, which we can already see that if we were to pull up some charts of Bitcoin, you can actually already see it's becoming less severe. So let's not get off topic too hard here. So Bitcoin is fast, safe money. It's safe because everybody can view it on a public record. So that means nobody can copy and paste it. And if someone does decide to copy and paste it, let's say I have 1 Bitcoin, copy paste, now I have 2 Bitcoins. If I go to the blockchain and try to fit it into the blockchain, both of them won't fit because the blockchain will only recognize one, because all the Bitcoins in existence, which by the way, there's only 21 million Bitcoins in all existence, all fit into the blockchain like a puzzle piece. And when one, all of a sudden another one exists, the puzzle pieces don't fit. They don't fit no more, which is why it's so safe, is because you can't duplicate it. You can't inflate it. It is arguably, and I'd be the one to argue this, the most decentralized coin in existence. There is no other coin that is decentralized as Bitcoin is. All the other ones are fairly decentralized to a certain extent, but can be argued that they are all centralized because they have a creator and the creator is still involved. Satoshi Nakamoto does not control Bitcoin, not one bit. He doesn't have any power over it, really. He has lost all control of it, and it is now in control of the people. Me, you, the viewers, whoever else. I'm almost out of there. Which again makes it very safe. If you want to change the blockchain or change how Bitcoin works, everybody has to agree on it. You have to get everybody to agree on it. And how often does everybody agree on it? They're asking, okay, so what makes it so hard, right? What makes it the hardest money to have ever existed, to have ever been created? What makes it the hardest money to have ever been created is that you can't create more of it. It's impossible. There will only ever be 21 million of it. And that again falls back into the sense that it has to fit into the puzzle piece. If it doesn't fit into the puzzle piece, you can't make more of it. And there's only two ways to get it. One is called Bitcoin mining. There are 21 million out there, and you can use a computer. I don't know if you heard that. You can use a computer to solve a very complex math problem that costs a lot of energy and a lot of time. Then you are rewarded with Bitcoin. Pretty simple, pretty cool. Same thing with real world mining. Or you can go and buy it from somebody. So there's only two ways to get it: mining it and buying it from somebody. And there's only a finite amount of it, so you can't mine it forever, but you can always buy it off of somebody. Interesting, kind of like almost like a digital gold. Weird. But except there's a lot more utility to it. Now, I don't want to get too much into the weeds, so let's just go over real quick again what it is. Bitcoin is a digital asset that can one day be used as a currency when it stabilizes. That is kind of its goal. It was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. It's fast because it doesn't have to get the banks, the governments, or anyone involved. It can just be me and you transmitting this between us as wealth. It stores value a lot better than the dollar does, and also can increase in value. The dollar will never increase in value as long as they're printing out money. It just ain't never going to happen. And let's see, what else did we? And then then the blockchain. Blockchain is what keeps it very safe and keeps everything going. And yeah, no, I think that's about it. Unless I really want to get into the weeds of what the blockchain is, because the blockchain is essentially like that's what makes or breaks it. The blockchain is a proof of work that is so far advanced, it needs an entire video to explain it by itself, which I might end up doing that if you guys are willing to listen to that. Either way, thank you for coming all the way out to my corner of the channel, and this has been your well-dressed host, and yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys had a beautiful time here. And I'm going to then show you guys. So if you know Bitcoin or you're in the crypto market at all, you know that the Federal Reserve and Bitcoin, they don't get along too well. The government doesn't like it too much. So I actually put this together. I hope you guys enjoy. All right. Thank you for coming out.
I will not let you destroy my world! He's in trouble. He's dropped from his god form to a mere Super Saiyan. What?
So fast! You still following this, Krillin?
Nope, totally lost.
If you're gonna use blast against me, then fine! I've got one for you!